All right, hello everybody. Everybody that's here, everybody that's not here, everybody that's out there. We're going to do another workshop. Now we're going to keep them quite sort of short and sharp. We might sort of stop this video part way through, and then in Kent we'll just carry on because we might get a chance to put a bit of colour on. I think that'll be nice. Yeah. So yeah, now if you've not got colour pencils, don't worry about it. I've got some here so you can sort of get involved anyway. What we're going to be doing then, I've got a piece of A5 cardstock or paper here. I've also got two circles. Doesn't really matter exactly what size they are. It's as long as you've got something to work to. I'm just trying to work my zoom, but it doesn't want to zoom in, just so we can see what we've got there. Okay, so I've got a piece of A5. There you go. I'll turn it over, mark on that, and a couple of circles. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, pencil. We're going to start with pencil first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with the largest circle I've got, not in the middle of the paper, but slightly up, slightly higher up. So that's sort of the middle, and I'm going to work a little bit higher up. There we go. So just sort of line it up. There you go. Now if you want to just give me a second, I'll just draw this circle and I'll just sort of whiz round the room like lightning and show you where I've drawn it, because it doesn't for some reason want to. Does that help? Not really. There you go. Okay. Oh, Christine Davis and Glenys are in. Hello everybody. There you go. So if I just do a quick whiz. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's about that. About that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest circle we've got, about that.
Yeah. Just slightly higher. So you've got the same distance like there and there and there and there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. That's it. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
That's it. Okay. Back again. All right. So then you're looking at a smaller circle. Oh. I'm going to just sort of line it up a little bit so it's sort of in the middle of that first one there. And I'm going to put myself another circle. Oh, circle in there. There you go. Okay. Oh, let's just get rid of that little mark there. Don't need that. Okay, so we've got that. So what I want to do now, I want to split my space up a little bit. So still with my pencil, I'm going to put a mark here at 12 o'clock, ever so lightly. And then one here.
Yep.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, what was that? Was it Clarice? In the middle of a hurricane. I hope you're okay over there. We're all thinking of you. We really are. The lady in Florida. I hope we're giving you a little bit of calm and peace. So here we go. I'm going to now split this space up. So a little line here. And then here. And then here. And here. Okay. So then I'm going to split it again, each one in half. Just keep it light because we're not necessarily going to need these pencil lines when we've finished. There we go. Okay. So that gives us our sort of circle here. Oh, thank you, Clarice. Just stay safe over there. All right. Okay, here we come, pens. Ooh, oh, do you know, oh, I always get that in class, it's great. Oh my God, you said, oh my God. Okay, so I'm not going to give you something too tricky, of course. Not really. So each of these lines then, I'm going to draw a curve, see? Now if you've drawn yours on the right, it doesn't matter. I think I sometimes forget I'm left-handed and the majority of people are all right-handed, so it can be a little bit tricky following me. I do appreciate that. I'm going to work myself all the way around each of these lines, drawing that curve. You see? There we go. Now I find that it's easier to draw. Oh yeah, how big the circles? Does anybody have a ruler on them?
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Thank you. It's like being back in school, although they'd have gone, no, miss. Right, that's actually 9 centimetres, and that one there is 6.5-ish. So, if that helps, thank you very much. See, she just wanted a gold star. There we are. But, you know, you can do this on any size. It doesn't have to be the same. This is just what we're working with. Sue, yes, this is going to stay on the page now. We'll do as much as we possibly can, as long as my battery holds out on my phone. Okay? So we'll see if we can get it all drawn up at least. And then we're probably going to add a little bit of colour on over here. Okay. So we've got that curve going all the way around.
Yep.
Okay? That was easy, wasn't it? Next bit's dead hard. Are you ready? You've got to be watching this because it's really, really tricky. God, even John laughed. What's up with him? Okay, I'm going to draw another line that way. Told you it was hard. Made you look though. All the way around. Yeah, Maddie can do it. Anybody can do it. Maddie says it's not hard. How old's Maddie?
7.
7. Just saying. There we go. All the way around. These lovely little leaf shapes. Do you know, we actually did these little shapes in our first workshop this morning. So everybody here should be pretty good at these by now. Almost like I planned it. There we go. Oh, Sue, absolutely, yeah. Sue's suggesting I'm the comedian. I was always the good person, honestly. Okay. There we go. Oh, Lynn, that'd be great.
Running on the treadmill. She's not heard that one.
She's not heard that one.
Leslie.
Lynn suggests that you and John should run on a treadmill so we can generate more electricity from our phone to keep it going. Yeah, she says, yeah, right, but I know what that means in Leslie language, and it's not nice.
But what she says is the tone in which she says it.
Yeah, it's the tone. Oh, she's maybe go wonky now with my line. Look. Right, I'm going to join each of these little lines together with this little curve here. So exactly the same shape, little curves, all the way around. There we go. Oh, goodness me. I think it's the air down here. It's down south. We're not used to it. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Just sort of keep it going. So it looks like it's a little bit of a loop-the-loop kind of thing, doesn't it? There we go. There we are. Just sort of keep it going all the way around. There we go. So we've got that kind of shape. It's nice all on its own, doesn't it, really? It's a lovely little one. Great for a frame if you needed to do something really quick and you could add a few little tangles around it. But we're going to extend it just a little bit here. Are we ready? So we've done that shape going this way. So I'm going to do it the same coming this way now. I'm going to follow it round. You see? Each one. Along we go. Oh, Sue. Sue says we need the wave. They're too busy, Sue. We're all tangling. I've got them working really hard today. They've been here for hours and they've not stopped tangling yet. There we go. Okay, it doesn't matter if they're all a little bit different. It's absolutely fine. It's just as well. There you go. Dobby. Do you know?
Giving me the evil eye.
Yes, he's looking at this. He's looking at everybody here. Anybody got a rustle of sweets, he'll be there. He's already eaten Caitlin's apple. Oh, I don't know. There we are. Okay. So we've got these little rings. Okay. So, in good humour, we're going to sort of have a go at doing the... or I'd love to zoom in, but it doesn't want me to. Don't know why. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create that little sort of aura within the shape. Yeah, I'm going to do my 2 curves first and then draw the outside. So I've got a new shape in the middle there. You see? There you go.
Yeah.
And then the same in each of these shapes. So I actually think I'm going to go round it this way first. Just putting these little curves in because that feels a bit more comfortable that way. Oh, there you go. Let's move it up a bit now. You can see what I'm doing. There you go. In we go. You see? Little lines. All the way around. And then of course I can go back in after and I can join them up with little curves that way. There you go. See how that just sort of joins up, creates those little shapes there. Do one in there. There we are. So all the way around, doing these little lines. There it is. Okay. There's no rush, just sort of enjoy following the curves, and we don't have to sort of have them so they're exactly the same distance apart or anything like that. We just want to put some lines in. Okay. Just sort of turn your page as you're going. So it makes life a little bit easier that way. Not far off now. There we are. Another one. There we are. And then I'm going to go all the way around again and fill in this side. Again. To this one. There we go. And this one. Make that one a little bit narrower there. Along here. Into this one. And then along here. There's something quite nice once you get into curves, actually just drawing curves. It's quite calming. You notice here it's gone very quiet over here as well. We're all concentrating. There we go. See, we've got that kind of a shape. Okay. Everyone's got their heads down here. So we're very quiet. All right. Yeah, please breathe. We get so engrossed in what we're doing we forget. So remember these little leaves that we did at the start? I'm going to start with a bubble in the middle of each one. There we go, bubble. And then I'm going to put a bubble either side. There you go, one there, one there. And any of the gaps, let's just fill in with a little bit of ink. There we go. Okay. So again, always start from the middle and work your way either side. One side, then the other. Filling in those gaps. And into the next one. And again, filling in a little bit of ink there. Gonna work my way around. Always filling in. You could always fill the ink in afterwards if you wanted to. I think I'm gonna kind of do it as I'm going. There we go. Okay, so not worried if they're not bubbles, don't matter. As long as they're a bit round. There we go. Always going in with that middle one. There we are. Everybody's still there? We're all still breathing?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. Along we go. Doesn't it make a difference putting that little bit of black ink in there?
Yeah.
Just really brings them out, doesn't it? It's lovely. Into this one. This is a really nice little pattern to do, isn't it? It's really got a little bit of distinction about it. It is for a Friday afternoon anyway. Yeah. There we go. Again, just turn it as you're going. So it's not too sort of tricky to hold or try and draw. Just work your way around. There we go. Again, just fill in those little bits. And around again. Just keeping it going. There we go. And again. So just if you think you've come today and you're practicing for tomorrow, we're not doing the same workshops tomorrow. Just saying. But this is good practice though, isn't it? It's good prep for you. Just sort of gets you in the mode. So it should be fun. I've got a few different bits and pieces lined up for tomorrow as well. I am going to do some lives tomorrow, yes. I don't know. Depends again on my phone. I think we've got 3 workshops in tomorrow, so maybe I'll do 1, maybe I'll do 2. Depending on how chatty we all are. There we go. And if Dobby's let me have some sleep. Okay. So working from the point of these little bubbles now, I'm going to bring a line up. Now if you want to do this in pencil, please, that's fine. But why not brave it and come on in. You see, and I'm going to turn my tile as I'm going on my tile, my paper, because I want it to sort of be like it's going around the circle. You see?
Don't use a pencil, be brave.
Yeah, just go for it. It's just a piece of paper. There we go. Okay, just sort of these lines all the way around. There we are. Next one. And the next one. So we've got those sort of little spikes sticking out. While we've got them, I'm going to do a little sort of, again, a little leaf on the top, see? Just a little one. Hang on. There you go. That's manual zoom. Okay. All right. Going to do that all the way around. Just on the tops of each one. And this one. And there we go. Again, just sort of turning my paper. Just kind of nice to get into that mode. Turning it round. And the next. The next. That one. And that one. So we've got that kind of shape going on. Now, had we been doing this in a classroom situation, you know, coming up to Scunthorpe to do a class at HQ, this would have been a bit bigger. So there would have been a lot more detail we could have put in. This is our shortened version for today. Are we ready for the next bit?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to imagine about halfway between this one and this one here. So if you want to put a little mark, you can do. And then I'm going to come in and bring a line in to join it, see? Yeah.
Is that straight or curved?
It's a slight, oh, I can zoom. Woo. There, it's a slight curve. So again, I'm going to do this all the way round on each one. Here we go. So I think it's a little bit more natural to do a curve. You don't have to. You can draw a straight line if you want to. Oh, Bernadette, you're more than welcome. We just, it's just nice having a lot of people here, isn't it? And just all tangling together. And any opportunity we can have to do that, it's really nice. Plus, if anybody here is not keeping up with me, you can go back and watch it later. Homework for tonight. There we go. Alright, next one. Next one.
The sections are too big. All these sticks are too small.
There we go.
From there,
Let's have a look at that.
Middle.
oh, from the middle.
There we are. Do you know what yours is different? It doesn't matter. Don't matter.
You're not far out.
Okay. Oh, a bit of controversy over here. How large those lines should be and what angle should that curve be.
Well, I'm looking actually because it's hidden by the fact that I've started.
Oh, there's always one, isn't there? Always one. Okay, so the space now where we started at the middle line, I'm going to create a line going from that one to that one now. There you go. If you can't do this because you've done something completely different, then that's fine. Just make it up as you go along. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing at all. It's fine.
What, you doing something else? I see what you're doing.
So, yeah. Well, I'm doing this anyway. Oh, Nadia, it doesn't really matter, does it? Sometimes doing a sketch and then going back and doing it later is a nice way to look at it. There we go. All right. So. There we go. So we've got this sort of wonderful, some of us anyway. I've got this wonderful little shape going on there. I think it's more than one, to be fair. Okay. So you can choose any of these sides. Doesn't matter which one. Let's see if I can zoom out. I can't zoom out a bit. Oh, there we go. It doesn't matter, whichever one. You can use the left or the right, okay? But not both. The left or the right, but not both. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it with lines. There we go. All right. And then move to the next. And now, if you've decided to work on the right, as I have, keep them all on the right. If you've decided to work on the left, keep them all on the left. There we go. Okay. I'm working my way around. There we go. Something about lines, isn't there? It gets us all. Sometimes we do them wavy and we don't want to. Some have got a wobble on, but that's fine. Yeah. And sometimes they're all a little bit different than each other. And again, that's fine too. It's just building up the detail, isn't it? It's giving it a little bit of interest as we go along. Oh, we have Ruth Fletcher watching. Can we all say hi to Ruth? She's the lady that did the extra little bit of information for us in the parchments, because she's really she's pretty much a ninja at parchment. So thank you for that, Ruth. We appreciate it. It's a little do's and don'ts in the first parchment thing we did. So absolutely. So if anybody's got any questions about parchment in particular, Ruth Fletcher's the lady to go and speak to. And she is on the Sanntangle group, so you'll be able to find her on there. There we go. She is one of our group experts. She is. There we go. Okay. So almost working it round now. The thing sometimes is with this is you're doing lots of lines in places, then you look up and you draw it, and you look down again, you end up doing it on the wrong side. Not that it's the wrong side, that just means you've got to go back round and do lines in all of them. Okay. Alright, so we've got something that looks a little bit like that. So far so good. Alright, ready for the next bit? Nearly? Okay. Oh, we've got to wait then. Alright. Okay. So we're going to sort of have a look and we're going to focus in the middle now. Alright, involves a little bit of counting, but we can all count to 3, can't we? I hope. Alright, okay. Some people are deciding to not mention anything there. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to start here. I'm going to start with this point here. I'll draw it in pencil to go with so you can see it. Alright. Oh, sorry. No, I can see it. It's alright. Then I'm going to miss 2. You see, I'm going to work on these points here. So I'm going to miss 2. And then bring the curve into the next one. See, so I've started here. I've missed 2. You joined it. You don't have to do it in. You don't have to do it in pen or pencil, but whatever you're comfortable with. I'm now going to go and do it in pen. But I just wanted to draw that so you could see. So here we go. I'm going all the way around, Sam, so it don't matter. So I'm starting here. I'm going to miss 2. Go to the next. So see how I've missed 2? Go on to the next. Make sense?
Yeah.
Alright. So I've done that. I've missed 2. Gone along. So I've almost gone 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Are you ready? So where that point is there, I'm going to come to the next one down here. Oh. Okay. So there's the point there. So now I'm going to start in this next point here. Everybody with me there?
Yeah.
So then I'm going to draw a curve again. I'm going to miss 2. And come in. So there's my point. I've missed 2. Drawn a line. Oh, controversy. So it's kicking off at the back there. Okay, so there's that one. Deep breath, we've got this. Whew. So I'll turn it around again. Here's my next point. You see? Here's my next point. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to miss 2 and draw the next one. So there's where I've started, look. I've missed 2 and drawn 1. Oh, okay. Everybody okay with that? Okay. So here's my next point. Now you think, oh, there's already a line coming from that. That doesn't matter. So there's the point. So I'm going to miss 2. Go to the next one. So there's the point I started. Miss 2. Come to the next one. Okay. So then I'm coming to the next point. There's my point. Miss 2. Come to the next one. Next point. Miss 2. Come to the next one. Now you notice I've actually got my finger on it, so I know exactly where I'm going next. So there, miss 2, next one. That's where I did. So I'm coming to the next one. Miss 2, draw 1. The next one. Miss 2, into there. The next one. Miss 2, into the next one. Next point. Miss 2, draw 1. I can't wait to see what we've been doing with this one. I am actually going to go around in a short while and have a look at what we've all been doing. This is I have to have some fun. Okay. So I'm going to each point in turn, missing 2, and then coming to the next one down. To the line, miss 2, coming to the next one down. To the next one, miss 2, coming 1 down. I'm now come back to myself. You see, I've got 2 lines coming from that point. That means I've done it. And if I actually just pull it out a little bit, look what we've got. Potentially. Anyway. Yes! Who else has got it? Go on. Yes! We've done it. Woo!
Who's not?
Do you know what? I'm dead impressed. I saved the hardies till last, to be honest. But look at that. How lovely is that? How lovely is that? And you know what? Honestly, if you've got something a bit different, or a lot different, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's about having something that's got a little bit of interest there, isn't it? And if some of your lines are a bit wonky, that's fine, because what we're going to do, I'm going to add some little dots, all different sizes, all around these little lines here. There you go. They're not all going to be in the same place. They're all going to be slightly different. There we go. Now, years ago, there used to be a little gadget, didn't there, that did this kind of thing? And we've just done it without. There you go. Yeah. Okay. So just a few little dots back. You can put as few or as many or as whatever you want to do with these. There you go. Put one in the middle there. So we've got a little bit of interest in there. You see? Loving it. All right. Okay. You can all breathe now. That was the hardest bit over. Well, maybe.
She says,
Okay, so where I've got the smallest amount at the top of the page, this is going to be my top bit. So just hanging off the top there, I'm just going to add a little sort of curve with a droplet in there and just fill that in. And then let's have a look. I'm going to put another one coming this way and fill in. And then let's do another. There you go. All right. And then just going to hang another one, just a little bit smaller, sort of in the end bits there. Okay. All right. Do you know the beauty of this, that we drew this? It's actually live on Facebook, so you'll be able to go back and watch it afterwards. So you can pause me, mute me, whatever it is you want to do. Okay. So we've got that kind of shape. Okay, are we okay to move on? Everybody, yeah? All good? I've got some people frowning at me, some people saying yes, some people not quite sure. So I'm going to work down here now. I'm going to bring a pencil in for a minute. Let's do one and then we'll see where we go. So I'm working on the middle one here, you see? I'm just going to bring a pencil line down. Okay. Okay. Can you just say, there's somebody that's actually talked about somebody's bum and it's actually come up on the screen, so my apologies if the word bum has offended anybody.
Depends on whose bum it is.
Well, I don't think I can, yeah.
If it's mine, I'm offended.
Somebody's referring to it being as rough as, but she's doing a sketch. Don't we just love it? All right, okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Changing the subject. Are we ready? Backing with a pen. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work either side of this line now. I'm going to come in with a bit of a curve, but...
you big laughing face.
You see I've left a gap at the top there. Okay? You know, Whatever happens on Sanntangle Live stays on Sanntangle Live. Oh dear, right. You see this top little bit here? I'm just going to come down with a little line. See like that? And then a little curve on the bottom there. Okay. Oh, Kathy's there. Kathy's been here today and she's now on Facebook. Hi, Kathy. Just join that in. And, Chris, Vegas is a whole new story. And then let's do another. I'm going to come a little bit further down. Now you can go a little bit larger with it. You can go bigger with it, smaller with it. I'm going to go a bit quite large. And again, put those two little lines down. I'm going to try and keep that same if I can. Because then I'm going to draw a little cord going from one to the other. You see? It's a bit of a wonky shape. That's a handmade bead. Oh, Chris has given us all of instruction. He wants us all to share our pictures on the group. Yes, sir. See, I'm going to do a little one now. Join that. And then I'm going to do one real close, a little bit smaller, look. And then another one. There we go. Smaller still. Okay, let's have a little look at that. So we've got kind of a little bit of a cord hanging there, just giving us something to go on. So we've got a couple of other, and we've got probably two on either side, or maybe three if you want to, that we can do extra bits on here. So if I draw my pencil line again, I don't want the ones on the outside to be the same length. I'm going to make them each a bit shorter. You see? Maybe line that one up a little bit. And maybe line that one up a little bit. Okay. And then, not trying to make them the same at all, I'm going to add in some more handmade beads along the row. Oh, Deborah says hopes we're all enjoying the tangling.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm working them hard, Deborah. They'll go home and sleep tonight, put it that way. There you go. It is. There you go. Okay. Chris, yeah, we've had to separate Dobby and Baby Yoda just for a little bit because it was getting a little bit fraught over who was eating what sweets. Dobby's a little bit addicted to sugar at the minute. I think we've got to wean him off. He takes 6 sugars in his tea, so I think we've got to try and knock him down a little bit. We've been trying it with Tommy as well, actually. Tommy takes... Is it 2 sugars, John, Tommy has in his tea? John? Does Tommy have 2 sugars in his tea? Yes. Yeah, well, we're... Not when John does it. Yeah, we're trying to wean him off it a grain at a time. So it might take a little while. I think we might train the new guy to make tea and say that Tommy doesn't have sugar. No, I think we need to at least give him one and just sort of wean him off it gently. Yeah, we don't want to upset Tommy, do we? He machines all our stencils at the minute. So. Okay. You see, so I'm doing this all the way along, and I'm not worried about whether I've got the same size beads or not.
That's good.
Just want to, you know, have something a little bit different. There we go. Again, just sort of, there we go. Having those little sort of shapes in there.
I think it's just turned into a red.
Okay. So we've got kind of that kind of thing. All right. Everybody okay with that? We all keeping up?
Yeah.
A few hysterical laughs there. Okay. So I'm just going to work on the middle one, and we're going to do the same sort of thing on all of them. I'm going to come from the top here, and I'm going to create like a little sort of letter S. See, sort of working its way around. Letter S, it's going over, then sort of under, over, under, over, under. You see that kind of sort of thing going on? Okay. So, as I'm working my way down, I'm going to add some little of those. You remember them little leaf shapes we've been doing sort of all day? I'm going to sort of add some of those just along the line there, just filling it in as I'm going around it. See? And just sort of, you know, put as few, as many as you like on. You can go out a little bit more if you want. Just sort of keeping it quite close for now. And then of course, just to finish off that end, I'm going to put one there on the end. There we go. Sue, I don't know if you saw the picture on Facebook. We actually locked Tommy in the building. So he's at HQ, can't get out. We've given him a list of jobs to do. And we might let him out when we get back on late Saturday night. All right, same sort of thing. And just sort of working it down. To be honest, it was either leave Tommy or leave Dobby. So we thought less of two evils and we'll leave Tommy. There you go. Little leaves. Again, sort of at the end there. I'm just going to add one just to sort of finish it. And then, again, just working it round. There we go. And again, adding some little leaf shapes. Just adding that little bit of black, it makes all the difference, doesn't it? Just a little bit of texture and drama we've got there. It's just lovely. There you go. Yeah, Maureen, I don't think there was any sugar in the cupboard actually. We perhaps left in there all weekend without any. You can't even nip to Morrison's. There we go. And just sort of, again, adding a couple of little leaves as we go down. There we are. Just sort of filling them in as you go. No rush. Well, there is a rush, but, but no. There you go. See, just sort of working it round. Again, just adding those little leaves in there. A little bit of a droplet there. Okay. All right. There we go. So we've got that kind of thing going on. I'm just going to turn it to on its side. You might sort of see more of it. There you go. You see, that's what we've got. This sort of big shape here, and then these little beady kind of droplets going on there. Let's just get rid of that line. There you go. Okay, I think while I'm at it, I'm just going to move these little lines from in here as well. Again, you don't have to. I'm just going to remove them so we can see what we've got there. There we go. Into that one. A little bit there as well. There we go. All right. So far, so good then. We've all got something that looks a little bit like this, maybe. But we've at least got a big circle and some droplets. Yeah, that's all good then. All good. Okay. So, just sort of finishing off this bottom bit here. See where we've got these little droplets? We want to add a couple of extra little loops in there. Coming down and putting a little loop on the end, filling it in. And Same down here. See, we just sort of bring that line in and add a few extra little droplets as we're going down there. Same sort of thing here, just sort of keeping it going. You don't want to have them all exactly the same length or the same size or the same amount. There you go. And then again, along here. That's it. Maybe a couple along there. There we go. A few on this one as well. Just sort of filling in little gaps there. See, it's quite a lot longer. Let's see. And then along here, there's a couple in there. Just sort of helps to sort of create that illusion that it's hanging, doesn't it? It's really nice. Okay. And now we've got a really difficult one now, so I'm going to go in so you can all see. All right. One of these days I'm going to say that and it's going to be difficult and you're going to think, no, it don't matter. And I'm going to do it and you're not going to be looking. And you go, no, what's happened? Okay. So I'm going to start with a bit of a wavy line, a few little dots, a bit of a wavy line, a few little dots, wavy line. Okay. Oh, I've got a few people going, oh no. Right, so this time I'm going to start with dots and a bit of a wave. Start with dots, bit of a wave. Okay, you see, just working my way a lot, just sort of along the space. I mean, the hardest thing is to work out whether you've got enough dots and dashes to start with, or have you started with dots, have you started with dashes? Yeah. Oh, Chris, it is very sort of, yeah, SOS, isn't it? Is that 3? 1, 2, 3. That. 1, 2, 3. There you go, SOS in there. I think some people are asking that anyway. See? Oh, let's move that down. I'm going to sort of do a little bit of that all the way along. Just sort of filling in these little gaps as we go. There we are. You see, some of them are longer than others. You don't have to sort of try and get them all the same. Let's have a look. There he is. See how that's sort of all trailing down there? There you go, just sort of working it along. I might start from the middle there. Just know, if you find that they're too much the same, or you're getting a bit of a pattern, then stop and start somewhere else. And then sort of fill it in as you're going. And you're going to get something a little bit different then. There we go. Yeah, it does look a bit swamp-like, Sue, doesn't it? It's, yeah, or like willow trees and things like that. This is great. You know, if you're into, you know, fairies and doing cards and things like that for the fairies, this is a really nice one to have this kind of thing hanging, and then, you know, little stamps or whatever on there. That's quite nice. Okay, just sort of filling this. Now again, you could have gone all the way along to here, or even to this one if you wanted to, but I'm going to keep it within this bit here, because I don't want to sort of overdo it. I think it's nice as it is, but you know, you can do what you like. It's your artwork. There we go. There it is. Yeah, I think I can zoom out anymore. If I turn it, I'm going to turn it to its side so you can sort of see how it's working. There you go. Let's go up a little bit. Oh. There you go. Okay. All right. So of course, if you wanted to, you could put a little sentiment in here. It's prime for that. I mean, you don't have to. We're not going to do that right now, but it's nice as it is. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in with a bit of pencil now. All right, we all ready for this? Whew, take a breath. Look what you've just drawn. Yeah, hold it out at arm's length and have a look at what you've actually done. I know we've got no shading on yet, but seriously, it's worth having a look at. Even if your numberings in the middle's a little bit different, it's still going to look just as lovely. Don't worry about it. Okay, see, we're all laughing now. Behave. Okay, so in with a pencil then. Just going to sort of go in a little bit closer there. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start in the middle here. And I'm going to add some pencil all the way around the inner edge there. Okay. Sort of just in little bits. There it is. And around again. And again. There we go. So I'm not pressing on too hard here. I'm putting a bit of graphite on there, but not really pressing on. There we go. Okay. And then I've got little shapes here. Of course, we could add extra tangles in here. If you wanted to spend a bit more time, you could actually add extra bits in there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the outer edge and the right hand side, and I'm going to add some pencil on those two sides. You might want to do the bottom and the left, or the top and the left, it doesn't matter, but you're going to choose two sides and stick with them. Okay, so all the way around now I'm going to do the top and the right and each one of these little shapes. So the top and the right in each one of these shapes. Top and right. So I'm not worried about where the sun's coming from or where it's not coming from. I'm just going to follow it round, doing exactly the same thing. Top and right. All the way. Okay. Top and right. Top and right. Just sort of keep it going. Again, I'm not putting too much pressure on my pencil there. Just adding that graphite in. There we go. And working my way round. There it is. Okay. So looking now on the outside, I'm going to come on in and go around these sort of triangular shapes. See where it sort of meets the frame there? And add some pencil there too. Just in there. Just in there. There we go. And around. Now I can imagine this as well with a little bit of sparkle pen in there. And a few gems maybe, you know, on the little dots we've put in there as well. And if you've got the frame stencils, you could go up to an 8x8 size for this, couldn't you? Yeah. That'd make a beautiful piece. You could have all sorts of things dangling from the bottom. You don't have to do just beads. Of course, you could extend it a bit more. We've been quite freehand with this today. See? Okay. So, oh, Alison, yes, Nuvo drops. That would be amazing as well. I don't think I've got any with me today, but they would be brilliant. I do quite like my Nuvo drops. Okay, tortillon. Are we ready for this? And I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm going to come in and swirl. Just swirl. Now I'm not wanting it to travel too far, so I'm not going to try and sort of blend it out to completely nothing. It's just about getting that little bit of shading in. Okay. And along again. And just again, just as before, keep moving your piece of paper. We just want to make it as easy as we can for you to add the shading in here. Just keep working it along. Little swirls. There we go. Getting in those little bits and pieces. Oh, Rose, that's a good question. How many people are here that have never tangled before, ever, till today? Oh, we've got quite a few, Rose. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually count them. Because if I put my glasses on, I wouldn't be able to see to tangle. But there were quite a few hands went up, so welcome, everybody. It's so nice to have people here. Honestly, when we decided we were going to do this, we didn't know if anybody was going to turn up. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. That's it. Leslie and I had a great few days catching up on things, won't we? We've still got our tile swap to do, actually, Leslie and I. So, and if you don't know, Leslie's put a post on, actually. She's extended the postage because we know there's going to be some strikes on. So we've extended the date for the tile swap. So if you've not done it yet and you still want to do it, then you've got time. If there's people that have never done the tile swap before, there's a video on the Sanntangle group page that tells you everything you need to know to get involved, and we do little tile swaps. Okay. You see how we're just sort of working our way around, and each one systematically adding this little bit of shade. There we go. And just gonna finish it off. I think what's amazing about this as well, we're using a different coloured paper today. It's just like a very off beigey kind of cream, and I think that has quite an impact as well on things such as this, because it's a little bit darker than our white paper, so we see the contrast a little bit more. There we go, into this one. Not too far off now, a couple more to do. There we go. And then into this one. And then of course, we've got this little bit on these triangles here. Just going to come in and just sort of soften it off there. There we go. And again, a little bit there. And again. So always about leaving a little bit of light if you can within the shapes. Just gives it that extra little bit of 3D. There we go. See, just sort of working along it. Keep going round. And next bit. And again. And again. Just amazing the difference it makes, isn't it? A little bit of rolled up paper. A little bit of pencil there. There we go. And just sort of following it around. Now you might think, why has she not done anything with those bubbles and those handmade beads? Because surely we must be shading those as well. And we're gonna, but I think we're gonna bring a bit of colour in. There we go. Let's have a look at where we're at so far with this. Just take it out a bit. Look at the difference that's made. Look at that. Yeah. I'm going to just add a little bit of pencil. See on these little sort of dots and dashes lines? Let's add a little bit there as well. just underneath there. There we go. And again, just sort of swirls and just soften off that little bit there. Is everybody still with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of us are. There you go. Okay, just gives it a little bit of shadow there as well. There you go. Okay. Amazing, that difference, isn't it? So if anybody wants to add a little bit of colour and they're here, they haven't got any coloured pencils with them, there are some on the front desk over there if you want to borrow some. But if you don't want it, you want to just use a regular pencil and torture anyway, that's absolutely fine too. So what do we have? It doesn't matter what colours you use. I'm just going to use a couple. I think I'm going to go blue and green. Don't know why, I just feel like that's the way to go today. So let's have a look. I've got a dark blue and I've got a slightly lighter green there. I've got a lighter blue as well. Okay. Again, you don't have to do this if you want to just stick with pencil, that's absolutely fine. Okay. So I'm going to start with my darker colour. Here we go. I'm going to start with that big bead there because I think that's the one where you're going to see the most. Let's have a look. Darkest colour, and again, it doesn't matter if you use it this side or this side. I'm going to come on in and just add a little bit of pencil in there. See, just a little bit. Coming in with my lighter blue. Just going to add a little bit of lighter blue. See, I've gone all the way around this time. And you notice I've not gone quite up to the line either there. Here we go. Oh, I think I'm going to use a white pencil as well. Let's get my white out. Here we go. A little bit of green now. I'm going to just add a little bit just in the middle there. See, coming all the way around, swirling. It is honestly green I've used, it's not yellow. It looks yellow on the camera. A little bit of white. And now if I come on in again with those colours again, I'm just going to press on a little bit harder. There we go. A little bit harder. And again with that green. And a little bit of white. Okay, let's have a look at that. There we go. So I think a little bit dark around that edge there now. And of course you can use whatever colours you like. You can just use the torch on if you want to blend it. It just gives us a little bit of colour there. Okay. So I'm going to do the same on the rest of my beads. I think once you've done one, these are quite small. We've done the largest. So you should be okay with these. See, I'm going to go in and putting all the blue in first. There we go. Back in with that mid blue. See, some of them are so small. There you go. There you are. Now, of course, if you've got your pastel pencils, you could use pastels for this and then the tortillons to blend it out, just like you would your regular pencil. Can't do that with normal pencils, though. The difference that's making, just like a little bit of colour on there. Again, let's just bring that little bit of green in. Just sort of work my way around. So do you think I've actually worked you a little bit hard today and I've saved the best for last? We've really put everything in practice that we've done today, just to sort of build it up. Just to add this little bit of colour in there. Again, a little bit of white. And they're quite small, it blends quite easy, so. There you go. Maybe a little bit more on those edges there. There we go. And just to finish off, look at that. Just to finish off, I'm just going to go round and just add a little bit in these bubbles here. That's why we left them with no pencil. Just adding that familiar little sort of smirk in there. So it doesn't take too long actually. We think colouring can take hours, but just adding a little bit of colour in needn't take a long time. Again, maybe touch of green in there as well, just to bring it to life a bit. Amazing, that pop of colour, isn't it? Different it looks. There we go. Just little bits there. Sort of adding a touch as we go round. There we go. And then just a little bit of white. If we've got any space left, add a little touch of white in there. Just a little bit of a highlight. There we go. And I think just to finish it off, I'm going to come back in with pen. And I'm just, you know those little leaf shapes we did at the ends? I'm just going to come in and fill those in. Again, that'd be quite nice. A little bit of glitter or the Nouveau drops, things like that would be nice. I'm just gonna, needs that little bit of darkness, I think, around the edge. There we go. And along we go. Okay. So a little bit of colour on there, a little bit of 3D. Maybe you want to come back in and add an extra line just on the inside there. Do you know, just over an hour ago, this was a blank piece of paper and we used 2 circles. How crazy is that? There we go. Adding a little bit of this. Oh, hello, Dolly. Good morning from, where was that? Oh, good morning from California. Oh, don't worry about this, Dolly. You can watch this back because it's live on Facebook. So you'll be able to catch it with us and today's tile. Last thing to do then, of course, is to put our little signature on. Find a space somewhere. And I'm just going to put my little signature on there. Now what I will do a picture of this and I'll put it on Facebook. And of course anybody here, they want to come and take a picture so they can sort of see where they're going with it. If I went a little bit quick at the end there, I'm just going to turn it around a little bit so you can see it all. But there we go, there is our mini workshop when you think about it. So if you think in just over an hour and a half you can create something that looks like this. Imagine what we do create in 3 hours. So all the artwork is over there, all the classes that we do, if you want to have a look at that. This is the point where we're going to say to Facebook, thanks for watching. It has been live, but we're going to say goodbye to you guys now. So I hope that's helped in some way to sort of help you to join in, not being here. So we'll say goodbye to Facebook. Bye. There we go. We'll see you soon, guys.